What's up? It's your boy, L to the freaking B, and coming in with a lot of excitement today, obviously. Slept a little bit more, maybe like an hour extra earlier than I normally do. So, big win there. I got a little bit more extra energy. Life is good. Daughter experience has been good. Watched a great old movie back from 2002. I encourage anyone who has kids, maybe if you don't have kids and you just like to watch cartoons, watch this movie. It's called Treasure Planet. Oh my gosh. If you haven't been inspired to go on the adventure of a lifetime and to believe in your dreams and hopes, and even when you can see like the two opposite sides that might be against one another, that have ulterior motives, maybe even the same objective, and who's going to get there first, but they end up bonding at the end. If I ruined the special moment for you, I'm sorry, but it's there, and it's such a great movie. I mean, excuse me, I'm still doing the hoppy. Of course, I'm going to be tapering off of that. I don't know if it's going to be real soon or whatever, but I got to get off of it. The reason being, I talked with my ex today, and first ex, and she told me, because she's the one that introduced me to it, I asked her a simple question. Do you go weeks on end and not take this stuff? Just what's your frequency? She's like, yeah, I go sometimes weeks, months. I don't take it at all. She said she did it while she was on her retreat, but that was it. But she doesn't do it like that. She said it's really highly addictive. Bingo. That's my whole point to this. She said it's got 9 times the nicotine that cigarettes have. So even if I'm doing it 1 to 3 sessions a day, that's got a lot in it. And I don't know how much is in a pack of cigarettes, but damn sure your boy is probably getting that much dosage. So, anyways, I'm high functioning. I've got a lot of popping energy right now because I did my little caffeine pill this morning. I also had my drink or shake, whatever, smoothie from the gym. Gym workout went fine. My neck is feeling way better. I just overall, just life is vibrating very well, and excuse me. I mean, that's the stuff I gotta get it out. So, just overall, I feel very, very blessed. Gratitude video, of course, and I'm just knocking these out every day. Something I will say that I just watched a brief moment of, and I encourage anybody that's in their motivational journey or trying to stay consistent with something that's going to be bringing them some revenue, finance, whatever, success. I would encourage you to really watch Alex Hormozzi's video content. I push this guy as a motivational speaker because he speaks to the average Joe. He was an average Joe, and he became one of the first and foremost figures to make like all of the major CEO companies' salaries, like McDonald's CEO, a couple others. Let's say 4 major giants. Okay, he takes home more than they make a year, and he's been doing it for years. It's a guy that knows what it takes to get across that finish line and then go even further. He set the freaking flag post or the finish line further out than what those guys are doing. So, if anybody's looking up his stuff, you're on the right path. And it's going to take some other stuff too. You got to drop some things if you're into that. And remember, energy flows where intention goes. That's one of my phrases. I use that, and whether I embrace it or not, I'm knowledgeable about it. You got to use the tools, if you get them from me or anywhere, to apply them to your life if that's the outcomes you want in them. You can't just look at me and go, oh man, okay, well, he's just sitting back making videos and playing video games still. You cannot look at me as an example. Don't look at people as an example. That's comparing. If you got to look at your own life and compare yourself against yourself, that's a very strong position. Because if you look at yourself, third person, I've encouraged this on my last video. Look at yourself in third person. Well, how well are you doing against yourself? Very weird perspective to come from. You would say, well, I'm not doing anything different. Exactly. So what are you trying to do when you look at yourself in third person and you're comparing yourself against yourself? So what you want to say is, you're going to create this artificial zone. If anybody watched any of my Tony Parsons content, when everybody's trying to apply this non-duality, I tell you, the way you apply non-duality is by creating an illusion. Fixate yourself on a distortion and believe in the distortion. So we're going to use the exact same principle right here. Ugh. I don't know why I do some stupid stuff like this to spit after everything, but anyways, if you find myself catching my breath, it's just because I worked out, breath's been a little bit lower than lately, and I'm just a speed talker. So where do I go with this? If you're applying an illusion to yourself, an distortion, you're going to actually put yourself in a different position, meaning that you look at your current self, your objective reality. That means all the net outcomes that you make, whether they're nothing or they're something, I don't care what it is. You take your part and you put it objectively to the side. And the separate person that you're comparing against, which is yourself, your ideal self. So you're looking at your actual and your ideal. And your ideal is where you actually want to come from. Your ideal self is already saying, I am a rock star. I'm a success giant. I've achieved so much. I've built all of these different goals, and I've achieved those goals. And you're busy saying, but this guy, this objective guy, he hasn't done anything. Okay? He's over here playing video games and everything else. So in comparison to him, I'm doing pretty good. But now's the real cake. You have to reverse those roles. You then go, wait a minute. And you can do this to begin with, but it's better to look at it from one angle and see yourself as being this supreme being. You have to recognize that you even have those essences and contain and possess those things, right? So when you have that in your mind, that I am amazing. I've achieved so much, and I can do even 10 times more. I have things I can bring to this world, and I'm still doing things. I'm still bringing things. I've already helped so many people out of my life. And so when you see this and you start understanding your ideal, your power reality, your higher self, or whatever people want to call it, you make that, and then when you flip it, you automatically say, wait a minute, the outcomes don't match. That person that is rock star, that's a success, I've got a lot to live up to. And they've done quite a bit of an achievement. Now you're starting to look at it from the other angle. You are your objective self. Now you're looking at your ideal going, man, he's done so much, but that's me too. So what the heck am I doing? I need to implement some of the things he did to get there. Now you're switching roles. You're saying, I know the things he did to get there. See what I just did there? You're overlapping now. So once you figure out these systems and you're creating this kind of intentional flow, you're now going to overlap the two. That your ideal is sitting with your objective. And your objective reality is saying, so he did this to make his success. He put all this stuff away. He started focusing on this kind of content. He started really structuring his life out. He's got all these simple tactics that just seem to work. And I know how to use them. I want to start using those. And now you're in a driving seat where your objective reality is working to catch up to its ideal reality. And this takes practice. It works. I promise you. If you implement it, it's intentional, it'll happen. But you have to have the intention for the exercise. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And you will come up with methods, ideas, and stuff that you never even thought of. Because guess who you have as an example? Yourself. You're not comparing yourself to Alex. You're not comparing yourself to Jim Rohn or Tony Robbins or Earl. What was the other one? The main mentor of Jim Rohn. I forget. It's not. I was thinking Earl Nightingale, but it was. It's somebody else. But people like Earl Nightingale. So Earl Shove. Excuse me. Is it Earl Nightingale too? Is that his first name? I have no idea. But Earl Shove, which is an amazing guru for all the other gurus, one of the OGs. You compare yourself to them and you might get somewhere, but it may also be, you might also start to question whether or not you can achieve it because you're not them. Actually, you are. But if you can't make yourself get into that position, use yourself as the pinnacle. That you've already achieved this. You've already manifested it. You're already the pinnacle. You're already at the top of this whole pursuit. So you're gonna keep driving, using the success and overlapping it and just applying it. It basically can become your own brother. You're like, hey man, how you been doing today? You getting anything done? I've been watching over you, man, and you got a little ways to go, but are any of the tactics, any of the strategies I shared with you helping? So use this method. Hopefully it works for you. Going over, what else do I have that I can really share? Besides me talking with my current lady, if you want to say it, I woke up this morning with love feelings. I like lovey-dovey feelings, and maybe it's going to be different tomorrow. But I was thinking about her. I was enjoying the aspects of her, the spiritual energy exchange, and I'm looking forward to possibly meeting her in the future. She sends me messages. This morning I sent her one, thinking of you. Just wanted to let you know I have a great Friday. And she sent me a message back. She's like, I was just about to text you, wishing you a happy Friday as well. So she's very caring, very supportive energy. And that really goes a long way when you're in a relationship, especially like the one I'm trying maybe to build. I don't know. So again, I encourage anybody, please stay with it. Even if it's getting rough out there, even if you're not feeling like your best self, keep going. I just heard some information from a cousin of mine who was just like, he's always a drinking guy, he's alcoholic. And, you know, some alcoholics go through bouts where they drink and then they're not drinking and they have success and they don't have success. But whether they are or not, and sometimes I think he's even having success with the alcohol. Does not matter. I look at the net result. Even if you're doing cocaine and crack and all this stuff, I'm not here to judge you on that. You know, if it's giving you an optimal outcome, go for it. You know, you've obviously figured something out. It's something magical. We consume foods that people say it's okay to consume, and they don't always have the best benefits in outcome. You know, if I told you, you know, yeah, you're having fun eating little Haagen-Dazs and Little Debbie snacks, that's one of my favorite, you know. If you're consuming that and you're not finding yourself having a great outcome, well, guess what? It may be legal, but it's not benefiting you. So leave it off the table. You got to do what's going to be optimal. But I wanted to share, he's doing great. And he's in his later ages. He's in his plus 50s, and he's doing work, knocking it out. He used to be kind of a slouch with some of the outcomes that he would do on work. Like he just wasn't, he would cut corners. Even some of the family members like, don't use him. No, don't use Hob. And that's his nickname. And I was like, yeah, okay. Well, I kind of figured anyways, but thanks for the notion. Now, he's doing all the rock star stuff with perfection. That's all you can ask for. I mean, my family's now vouching for him. They say, he is great. Use him. And my family would never say that. They would tell me like, oh, he did a good job here, but he may not do well later. So they might have some Doubting Thomases going on in there, but they didn't have any on this level. So it made me feel so thankful, grateful for him that he's turned his life around. Like he's working the 8 hours to get the job done. And we're talking about big jobs, and he knows what he's doing. So it makes it easier for me to reach out to him to maybe have some work done at my house. I'm grateful. I'm very happy to hear stuff like that. And if you guys have any success stories, you have something that's, you know, making your day a great day, and it makes you wake up and you're just having some great achievements, share them. Make a comment. Tell me what you're thankful for. Tell me what you're grateful for. I'd love to showcase that on my next videos. So if you're like, hey, I'm just happy to be smiling, you know, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna mention you. So, you know, thanks for watching the video stuff. I mean, I even got another subscriber, which is pretty great. Don't know where it came from, but thanks. Anytime somebody's adding in and throwing into this little boondock session, I am grateful. And you guys help me, just even one little thing extra. I don't expect anything really. So when I get something, it's a big bonus. You guys have a wonderful, amazing Friday. If you haven't already had a great week, let's finish it off with one. and the weekend too. Enjoy, take your time, relax. It's a waning moon. I'm still looking at some tasks that I want to get done over the weekend and looking forward to doing that despite all of the gameplay that I've been making on this Remnant 2. And I've made a lot of progress there. Nothing in the success department with me in other ways in my life, but I've been doing it. Guys, take care, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.